Welcome to 10 Minutes to Change. Small steps, big results. In each short episode, we tackle everyday challenges, share practical tips, and explore science-based insights to help you build a clear and balanced lifestyle. Today, we'll talk about diet shakes, what they are, how they work, and the role they can play in weight loss and healthier living. From the convenience they offer to the science behind them, we'll explore everything you need to know about using shakes as part of your diet journey. Let's jump right in.
We're jumping right into the world of rapid weight loss, specifically looking at total diet replacement systems. You know, the diet shakes, we've all seen them, right? Systems like the Nupo diet, which is kind of the basis for our sources today, they promise pretty big results, fast. Our mission isn't just to skim the surface. We want to dig into the mechanics. How do these things actually work? Are they safe? How simple are they to use if you've got, like, a crazy busy life? We're aiming to cut through the noise, get past the marketing spin, and really understand the science behind it all. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, it's interesting because when people hear diet shake, they often picture, swapping out one lunch maybe. But a total diet replacement, or TDR, it's a whole different ballgame. It's a full-on structured plan where these specific products replace all your meals for a set time. The main idea is total control. You're bringing calories way down, like maybe 800 and 900 a day. And this is crucial, you're still getting absolutely all the essential nutrients. So every vitamin, every mineral, fiber, the right amount of protein, it's all in there. It's severe calorie cutting, yeah, but without skimping on what your body actually needs.
That simplicity is definitely a hook. I mean, no planning meals, no cooking, no calorie counting sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
But let's get straight to the headline grabber. The rapid results, the stats look impressive, but what's happening physiologically? What makes the weight come off so, quickly with these?
It really just boils down to the sheer size of the calorie deficit you create. If you're consistently having just those 6 or 7 portions a day, you hit that really low 800, 900 calorie mark. For most people, that's way, way below what they normally burn. Could be hundreds, even 1,000 or more calories less. And when you keep that deficit going, your body burns through its easy access sugar stores, its glycogen, really fast. Then it has to switch gears. It's forced to start breaking down your stored body fat for energy. That metabolic switch is what powers the rapid results. It's fat burning, turned way up pretty much immediately.
And the sources suggest what, like 10 to 15% of body weight loss in just 8 weeks?
Yeah.
That's quite significant. That's fast.
It is. It's a substantial change in a short window.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me, though. We all know traditional diets often fail because people just get unbearably hungry, right? Some of the stats we saw mention that like 92% of diets fail because of cravings and that feeling of just starving. So how have these shakes supposedly cracked that code? How do they keep you feeling full on so few calories?
Well, that's actually where the careful formulation comes in. It's clever, really.
Yeah.
These aren't just basic protein powders. They're engineered with a very specific balance, usually involving high-quality protein and quite a bit of soluble fiber. This combination does a couple of things. It helps you feel fuller, kind of expand slightly, and it slows down digestion. Basically, it helps trick your body into feeling satisfied, even while it's running primarily on fat reserves.
That makes sense. And it makes the personal stories more believable, too. Like, we read about Elaine, she lost 14 pounds in 2 weeks, and she specifically said it was easy, the results were fast, which kept her motivated, and crucially, she didn't feel overwhelmingly hungry. It just fit her busy life. That feeling full part seems key to actually sticking with it.
Absolutely. Adherence is everything, and managing hunger is probably the biggest hurdle. And that leads us right into the next big question people always have. Safety. You hear very low-calorie diet, or VLCD, and alarms might go off. Is it safe? Is it healthy? Am I going to lose muscle?
Exactly. That's where we need to do the deep dive part. It's easy to see the marketing, but what's the substance? The sources highlight that products like Nupo have, over 35 years of clinical research behind them? And they meet strict EU standards for these kinds of meal replacements. Even mentioned being a trusted NHS provider in the UK. But what do those standards actually guarantee for the user?
Primarily, they guarantee nutritional completeness. That's the absolute foundation of safety for TDRs. These standards mandate minimum levels of everything essential, especially protein, which is vital for protecting your muscle mass when you're losing weight quickly, and also a full profile of micronutrients, calcium, iron, B vitamins, you name it. So even though it's very low calorie, it's not a starvation diet because you're getting all those required building blocks. The formula has to provide them.
Okay, so let's lay out the specific structures mentioned because it seems the structure is just as important as the shake itself. There were 2 main levels for weight loss.
Correct. 2 main approaches if weight loss is the primary goal.
First, there's the VLCD very low calorie diet. That's 6 portions a day, getting you down to about 800 calories. And the sources frame this as the fastest route, the most effective for speed.
Right. Maximum efficiency for weight loss.
Then there's the slightly higher LCD, low-calorie diet that uses 7 portions daily, landing around 900 calories. Still very low, but a bit more intake.
Exactly. Offers a little more flexibility, perhaps, while still being highly effective. Now, it's important to stress, and the sources are clear on this, these VLCD phases aren't meant to be indefinite. They are designed for a specific, limited time frame. The instructions are really precise. For that focused weight loss phase, you replace all your meals with the 6 or 7 portions. No exceptions, really. And critically, you must consume all 6 portions if you're on the VLCD plan. Even if you added a small salad or something which isn't the core plan, by the way, you'd still need to finish all 6 shakes.
Why is that so strict?
To guarantee you get that full dose of vitamins and minerals, if you start cutting corners on the portions, you risk nutritional deficiencies, which defeats the purpose and compromises the safety.
Got it. So the safety isn't just what's in the shake, it's sticking rigidly to the number of shakes prescribed.
Precisely. The structure is the safety net, in a way.
And that structure also allows for using these differently later on, right? For maintenance.
Yes, exactly. Once you've reached your goal, or after the intensive phase, the guidance shifts. It becomes a tool for weight management. The instruction then is much simpler. Just replace 1 main meal per day, say lunch, with 2 portions of the shake. So it transitions from this intensive tool to something that helps maintain balance long term.
Okay, let's talk practicality, because one huge hurdle for any diet, any health change really, is just boredom.
Yeah.
Monotony. Doesn't matter how simple it is. If you're having the same vanilla shake 3 times a day for weeks on end, most people are going to struggle to stick with it. The 92% failure rate comes back to mind.
Oh, absolutely. You hit the nail on the head. Variety is surprisingly crucial for adherence, even with something as structured as this. The sources make a point of highlighting the range of flavors available, and it's easy to dismiss that as just marketing fluff, but psychologically, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, I saw the list. It wasn't just the standards like chocolate, vanilla, cafe latte, which are apparently bestsellers, but they had things like chai latte, strawberry, mango, vanilla, even a chocolate mint vegan option. Having that choice probably stops it feeling quite so clinical or restrictive day after day.
Definitely. It introduces a bit of sensory variety, which can be enough to keep you going.
And they make it easy to try them out too, right? Mentioning Kaiser packs before you commit to a big value pack, lowering that initial barrier seems smart.
It is. It reduces the risk for the user and helps them find flavors they actually enjoy, which again, boosts the chances they'll stick with the plan. But looking beyond the initial phase, the ultimate goal has to be sustainable habits. You can't and shouldn't live on 800 calories forever. That's why the system includes transition plans. They're designed to gradually reintroduce regular food alongside the shakes, teaching balanced eating in a controlled way.
Right. There's the 1,200 kilocal plan. That was 6 Nupo portions, plus about 400 calories of normal, healthy food.
Yes. That's often the first step back towards more conventional eating. It helps you start practicing portion control and making healthy food choices while still having the safety net and calorie control of the shakes.
And then the 1,500 kilocal plan. That's 6 portions plus 700 calories of regular food. That sounds much more like, well, real life.
It is. That 1,500 calorie level offers much more flexibility. It allows for social eating, occasional treats, fitting the diet into a normal daily routine without feeling completely deprived. The idea is to make the transition sustainable, so the weight loss achieved in the intensive phase isn't immediately undone. It's about building lasting habits.
And a couple of other practical points for someone listening who's thinking about logistics. Exercise.
Yeah, light to moderate exercise is generally encouraged. Things like walking, maybe light cycling or swimming. But you definitely need to adjust the intensity down during that VLCD phase. Your body just doesn't have the same amount of readily available fuel, so pushing really hard isn't advisable or usually possible.
Makes sense. And prep. Can you make them ahead?
Yes. The sources say you can prepare them the day before, but you have to treat them like, say, milk. Keep them chilled in the fridge. You can't just leave them sitting out.
So, still convenient, just needs a bit of basic food safety.
Yeah.
It all comes back to that theme of simplicity and structure, making it manageable.
Exactly. Convenience and structure are the pillars. So if we boil down everything we've covered today, these total diet replacement shakes, they're more than just a quick fix or a fad. They represent a really structured, scientifically validated approach to losing weight quickly. We're talking decades of clinical research underpinning them. Their strength lies in that combination, delivering all the nutrition your body absolutely needs, but within a strictly controlled, very low-calorie package.
Yeah, so what's the bottom line for you, the listener, perhaps trying to manage your weight? I think fundamentally these systems offer a kind of psychological reset. They take away the huge mental burden of constant food decisions, the planning, the shopping, the cooking, the tracking. All that cognitive load just vanishes. And that frees you up to focus purely on seeing results, which can be incredibly motivating, especially early on. But I do want to leave you with a final thought to chew on, something that really connects this simplicity to, well, its serious side. The source materials mention that this VLCD approach isn't just for general weight loss. It's actually used in much more serious health context. It's mentioned as a strategy being explored for potentially reversing type 2 diabetes. And it's a standard part of the diet before bariatric surgery. So when you see a meal replacement system being used in critical medical interventions like that, what does that tell you about the real power of tightly controlled, nutritionally complete calorie restriction when it's done right under guidance? It suggests this is potentially a very powerful tool. Maybe more of a medical intervention than just another diet product off the shelf. Something to think about.
Thanks for listening to 10 Minutes to Change. Small steps, big results, where health meets simplicity. Visit nupo.co.uk for inspiration, support, and smart nutrition made for real life. Until next time, take care of you.